Whenever you ask people, what's your idea of the perfect first date? By far, the most cliche answer
I hope
is
it's not mine.
a long romantic walk along the beach at sunset.
Oh, okay, good. That's not mine.
That's what everybody says, but
you're right.
who actually does that?
Yeah.
Really?
Especially on a first date.
Nobody.
Like, wow.
The closest
Yeah.
thing we get normally is a long, stumbly walk home from a dive bar at 1 a.m.
That's more like my dream.
And the closest body of water is the puddle of urine outside your apartment.
That you created.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
Dude,
one
together.
of our listeners, believe it or not, actually did the cliche thing and did a date at the beach.
Wait. You really did a long
Interesting.
walk on the beach.
Andrew, you in love yet or what? Was it as perfect as we all imagined it would be?
Well, I enjoyed it, but it was also kind of weird because it was a first date. I think maybe a long walk on the
You
beach.
could have just said no. It
Yeah.
wasn't as amazing. But,
I mean, it's interesting. Like, a beach date can get pretty intimate, right? Like, you're rubbing suntan lotion on each other. You're wearing bathing suits.
There's kids everywhere.
No?
again, I
No
think we're
one
back
else?
to the ideal version. The real version is going to look a lot different. But
Yeah,
Andrew,
totally.
tell us how it went. Who did you go there with?
Well, I went there with this girl, Tabitha. We met through a friend of a friend on Facebook,
Okay.
Okay.
and we just sort of started talking. And, she seemed very nice and attractive. She had tattoos and she was outdoorsy, which is
Nice.
what kind of, I saw pictures of her hiking and other things, so I figured she would like the beach.
Okay, so the beach was your idea. Was it like a day at the beach type of thing?
It was an evening walk.
Oh, okay. It really was a walk.
the most cliche you could possibly get.
Huh.
How long was the walk? We say long walk. I mean, are we talking like a 2-3 hour adventure?
Are you tired, Jose? Is
In
that
my head, I'm like,
If it's over 100 feet, Jose's out.
There was no blisters formed, let's just say.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
it was a
So,
comfortable walk.
Did you like pack a picnic?
Well, it was really just a walk, and we did end up building a fire, so there was stuff to do that. and
Oh,
we-
committed a crime. That's cool.
I'm hoping it was in the legal area to
Oh,
do that.
like one of the places that allows you to build a fire.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? What was it like? Tell us, Andrew. We're just guessing.
Yeah. Well, we went up, and the thing was, is on the whole walk, she was very quiet.
Ooh.
So I ended up doing all the talking, and I would make jokes, and she wouldn't even laugh.
Ugh.
I cannot relate, dude. What's that like?
Is
I'm just kidding.
is she just like a more reserved person, do you
Yeah,
think? I
maybe
mean, since she's a
shy?
friend of a friend.
Well, that's the thing. Like, we built a fire, and we're sitting there. I didn't see any of the signals, and then out of the blue, she kisses me.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
You must have been
This-
doing something right. Then.
She's a wild card, man.
Yeah.
When it happened, I was like, okay. And that was real fun and enjoyable,
Okay.
that moment. But then all of a sudden, all these bats started flying above our
Oh.
heads.
No.
And she starts freaking out because she doesn't know anything about bats, and I'm kind of a bat nerd, and so she starts waving her hands and flailing her hands trying to get the bats away. I was like, "Don't worry, these are eastern red bats," because I could tell by the sounds that they were making.
Wow, you're a
Oh,
bad expert.
You really know? You didn't just make that up?
I'm a Batman, and I
Oh, wow.
see she didn't laugh at that one.
Okay.
I'm assuming she was just
Yeah.
more turned on by that.
I mean, you want the bats. They're eating the mosquitoes that are all around you. Like, keep them there.
Yeah, exactly. Bats are way better than mosquitoes, and I wanted her to stop waving her hands about because if provoked, they could attack. But if they're not provoked, they'll just keep on being normal bats. So
Oh, that is
Wow.
nuts, dude.
So did
Okay.
she listen to you or did she continue?
she did calm down. I played her some sounds of bats that I had pre-recorded on my phone.
Oh.
You
What?
have
Oh,
you
This
what?
is where I think we're finding
Yeah.
out why she's not calling you
Yeah.
back.
Well, as we were walking back to the car, I thought that might be the case, so I stopped talking about bats. But she wasn't contributing anything, so I ended up slipping into this conversation about wolves, and
Oh,
Oh.
I'm not sure if that was the right choice. I mean, it's just things that I'm interested in, and I knew she was outdoorsy. And
I mean, they say
Okay.
don't hide your passions on a first date.
very true.
I also think they don't say all of your passions all at once to break the silence on a first date. But I don't know, it could be wrong. I don't know. How did this end? How did the night end?
I mean, the night ended fine, I guess. I mean, we survived the night.
Did you have another kiss?
Thankfully.
Yeah, there was a small kiss, but it was an appropriate goodbye kiss.
Okay.
Nothing like a big makeout session.
I'm wondering, like, it sounds like you were uncomfortable with her silence. Did you ever ask her any questions other than yes or no questions, Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't trying to do all the talking. It it was certainly weird because I did want to get to know her, and I don't feel like I got to know her
Okay.
other than she wanted to kiss me for a moment, which was cool but weird.
So
That was the one positive sign.
Yeah.
yeah, because that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, why do you want this date if there were so many things that went wrong and things that you guys were barely even talking?
All right, maybe it's morbid curiosity.
Yeah. Or maybe it's
Okay.
just that she's hot and it was a really good kiss.
Yeah?
Maybe she's more comfortable with kissing than talking, but maybe she would get more comfortable with talking as we go. I don't know.
No, dude, then keep her there. That's my kind of lady.
Maybe we should just call her and see what she has to say
Well,
about
what
it.
if she doesn't talk to us, Jeff?
Then maybe this.
We need to kiss her. You need to kiss her on the phone, Jeff.
No, let's not do that.
We'll just call her and see
Yeah.
what happens. But first, we got to
Okay.
play a song. We'll come back, get your second date update right after this. All right?
All right, but you better not kiss my woman.
Yeah. We'll make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think we can promise
Yeah,
that.
no promises, dude. Here we go. Maybe I'm jumping too far ahead here.
Yeah, you are.
But Andrew, down the road, when you and Tabitha get married, instead of releasing doves at the wedding, you should release a cage of bats into the church. And maybe before that, the biggest challenge is going to be getting her to actually say "I do," because she hardly even speaks.
Yeah.
And
Just kisses him.
if you're just joining us, probably none of this is making any sense to you. But I say she wasn't talking a lot because she was super quiet during their date. And I bring up bats because Andrew's a bat aficionado and knows all about bats and their histories and their diets.
Impressive.
And there were bats there flying above them while they made out on the beach together. And apparently the eastern red bat only attacks when provoked. That's what we learned from Andrew.
Yes.
I feel
And-
like I need to look up that fact.
I
I,
know.
don't know if I just believe
I trust
Andrew
him.
on it. Of course you do.
We've heard stranger things happen on this show, but I'm just praying that Andrew didn't set up the bat attack to look
How would
like
he
a
do
hero.
that,
How is that
Jeffrey?
even-
He's probably a bat whisperer.
He does know all their noises.
Can you confirm that you didn't set up the attack, Andrew?
I can confirm that I had nothing to do with releasing bats around my date. Like, if I could orchestrate
Okay.
something like that, I don't think I'd be single.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was not
All right.
planned to run into
Yeah.
bats on the beach that night.
Andrew, I'm just wondering, what are you looking for out of this? What do you want?
I mean, honestly, I just want to know what I did or what happened. Like, I mean, another date would be nice, but I want to know so I can adjust for future follies.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. A lot of mixed signals from her.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's call and try and figure that out for you.
Yeah.
We're going to dial the number right now. Here we go.
Hello.
Hey, is this Tabitha?
Yeah, who is this?
Oh, you don't know?
Oh my
That's
gosh,
hurtful.
Jeffrey.
My name is Jeff, and I'm from a morning radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi.
We're all here.
Hey.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Good morning.
I've heard you guys before, but
See,
why are
Jeff?
you calling me?
Oh, okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Well, we're calling you at the request of one of our listeners, Andrew, who you went out with the other night.
Okay. I'm guessing Andrew put you up to this.
Yeah, but I think it's a good thing. He seemed to really like you.
Yeah, I think he did like me. You know, I really wasn't ready for that date. You know, it was really unexpected how I would feel about Andrew.
Oh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we heard a little bit about the date, and from the sounds of it, you kissed him.
Oh, gosh, he told you that.
Well, it sounded like a really romantic setting. I could see why. I mean, you're having a fire on the beach. Sounds beautiful.
Bats going overhead. Romantic.
Yeah. You know, I have an appointment in a little bit, so I don't have a whole lot of time. You know, can you guys tell me what's going on?
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, just real quick, we're doing something called Second Date Update, and we're trying to help Andrew figure out why after your romantic beach date, there hasn't been a date number 2, because he did mention that you were a little bit quiet during the walk along the beach.
Yeah.
Is there a reason for that?
I mean, he didn't do anything wrong. You know, I got out of a long-term relationship a few years ago.
Oh. Wait, a few years
yeah.
ago.
Well, the guy, we were in love, but he moved out of the country.
Uh-huh.
He had an opportunity to go do something, and you know, it broke my heart.
Yeah, that can be really hard. Are you not over it still, even after years?
Well, I thought I was over it until I met Andrew, which we started talking on Facebook through text. I had never heard his voice before.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Are you saying that Andrew was your very first date since that breakup years ago?
No. I've dated a few people here or there,
Okay.
but
Okay.
the thing that really just shocked me about Andrew was walking side by side with him on the beach, hearing his voice. He sounds exactly, identical to my ex.
Weird.
Oh.
That's weird.
Oh my God, that makes sense. So you're just like
Yeah.
living in this past relationship while you're hanging out with Andrew. That's got to be so hard.
Or awesome. I wish I could relive my
Yeah.
answer too.
I mean, that is super weird.
It was weird. Like at one point he tried to hold my hand and I was like looking out at the water and all I could think about was my ex and like all the good times we had together
Oh no.
up until the bat attack. That kind of like brought me back to reality for a moment, but I was starting to tear up because
Yeah.
the one that got away, I feel like that's who I was walking on the beach with.
Totally. And it's not like if you were like doing maybe an activity, you wouldn't have as much reflection opportunity. Oh
yeah,
God.
It's like a moment.
Totally.
Even if we were at a restaurant and sitting across the table from each other, I could see him. I would obviously know that that's not my ex.
Mm-hmm.
But walking side by side on the beach with him, it just brought back all these memories. Like,
Oh,
And he
girl.
kept talking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because she wasn't, so he was
point.
trying to fill that space.
Oh my
he
God. Was
kept
it?
telling me about all these weird animals he was obsessed with. And like, I'm glad he has passions and everything, but I just don't know how to get over the fact that he sounds just like my ex.
Oh, girl, I feel for you. I do, and it's nothing he can do anything about unless he can use different voices. Maybe he could talk in like
Ooh.
Ooh.
lower or higher for you
Ask
the
me-
entire time you hang out.
Maybe you can do impressions like a celebrity.
Oh my God.
Let's find out if he can, because I need to
Oh.
tell you, Andrew's been on the other line listening this entire time and wants to talk to you.
Sorry.
Oh, no. Andrew, I'm so sorry I ruined our date.
Oh, I know. I had no idea what was going on. Not that I'm happy that that's what it was, but I'm happy that that's what it was.
Is it okay to listen to him? I mean, this is kind of a bad venue
Yeah.
for you since it's just voice right now.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm talking to him on the phone.
Oh.
Like it's so weird.
Oh, man.
Are we sure that it's not your ex?
Oh, wow.
I think
Was
they
there
should-
anything that he needed to apologize for that you'd like to hear me say?
Such a great idea.
Why did you leave me?
Yeah. You can get closure with him.
Oh, I mean, maybe Andrew's a better version of your ex, you know? Maybe.
No, don't compare them. It's
How
just
could
a
you?
choice.
How could you not?
I mean, this is such an awkward situation. Like, Brooke, what would you do?
My husband's best friend sounds just like him. It's so weird. When I
Wow.
first met them, I was like, it creeped me out. But now that I know them both more, that isn't actually the case
And you
anymore.
kiss them both.
Although
Yeah.
Brooke would say yes to pretty much anybody. So, Alexis, what about with you? Let's get someone that might say no.
It depends how you ended with your ex. So
Yeah, and Alexis
Very
is
true.
always hung up on her ex.
yeah, so I
She's
probably
still,
like the voice.
with-
Yeah. She's like, close my eyes. I don't want to look at you.
Yeah.
I mean, Tabitha, where is your head at right now?
I just don't know how I can date Andrew and be thinking about my ex. Like, what if I accidentally called him the wrong name one day? Like, how would that make him feel? Like, I don't want to put him in a situation where he's just the other guy.
Yeah.
Oof, that must be hard to hear,
that's even
Andrew.
worse.
No, it's hard, but I understand where you're coming from, Tabitha. I feel for your situation, and I'm
Ugh.
even right now I'm kind of very self-conscious of what I don't like I don't know that I could handle that.
Oh, he's
Oh.
a good guy, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, this is the right
God.
time to ask. Tabitha, would you want to go out with Andrew one more time? We'd pay
Is this
for
the
it.
good time, Jeff?
This is
I
the best
don't
time.
know. I wish you both could get past this because it
Yeah.
seems like you could be a really good couple.
Yeah.
We could sip on some helium balloons.
Amy's funny. Come
Oh.
on.
What if you just did a date where you made sure his face was always in your view?
I might be down to go to like one of those silent raves where we just listen to our headphones and dance.
Oh.
Those are fun, I hear.
Just something where Andrew doesn't talk.
At all.
Yeah.
Well, I We could try it, but I don't think it's something that would work long term based on what Tabitha is saying.
Ugh.
So
Yeah.
you're
right.
I don't want to. I was really just curious about why, and I guess selfishly that it wasn't something that I did. It was just who I am.
No.
Well, that's
That
something
makes you
I
feel
guess.
better.
It's not something I did. It's me.
We're joking, Andrew. We get it. We get
No.
it.
Hey, I just have one question for you, Tabitha. Did you kiss me because you wanted to kiss me, or was it like you were kissing your ex?
Oh, that's a great question.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to know the answer?
I want to know.
Why?
Honestly, I just wanted to know if it was the same or if different.
Oh!
And what's the verdict?
Yeah.
It was definitely a lot wetter than I remember.
Oh,
so
I don't
better.
know. That's a good review.
Better.
Is wetter better? I don't know if it really is.